Alright, so I've collected enough evidence, and I think that everything has died down so far. So let's just get into this chaos because it needs to be seen to be believed. DreadfulJax is a teenage edgelord wannabe whose one claim to fame is a series called TRS, or the Retard Squad. Essentially, what it is, it's basically a low effort comedy series where it's just he makes a bunch of dumbass edgy jokes that end up falling flat. If you're all wondering why the hell I'm beefing with him all of a sudden, I'm going to get into that right now because it's just chaotic as hell. So, this whole drama kicks off with me posting my final video on the Tatermeister around a week ago, and it ends up doing decently. However, because God hates me, Dreadful decided to be an autistic little shit in my DMs. And these are the screenshots that I posted on Twitter a while back, but I will read them off here, because it's very obvious that some of them have not seen them. Quote, "Hey, the new video you made, I don't understand the full problem, but it's an argument between two people that doesn't seem all that bad. Yeah, she's 16, but if she's apparently harassing him, she got what she asked for. My guy, the motherfucker is 24. Well, did she attack first? This is a girl 8 years his junior, and all he got ticked about was being called a predator over a friend request. And given the fact that he's an adult trying to talk to a child, she had a good reason to assume he's a predator. This is Discord after all. I have adult friends, they don't want to diddle me." Dreadful, that isn't the fucking point. If the girl doesn't feel comfortable being around a man Tater's age, then that's her boundaries. And he had also admitted to going off on this young girl. Oh, not only that, he had lied about it publicly in a community post and admitted it publicly because I had confronted him about it after finding out last month. He jacked off to her. After I made a video publicizing what he did, he tried to backpedal and then attacked one of my friends in a comment section. No, he had yelled at her. For what I literally mentioned earlier, her assuming he was a predator. So she told everyone he's a predator just because of a friend request? No, she called him a predator in DMs. She didn't publicly label him one. If I got assumed as a pedo, I'd be mad. Wouldn't you get mad? No, because I'm a normal human being. If someone just called you a pedo when you aren't, if they assumed I was a predator, which is highly unlikely because I'm public about being a minor, and also because I hate predators with a burning passion and I have a zero tolerance policy for that kind of shit, by the way, I would explain my case calmly. I wouldn't throw an autistic tantrum over it. Well, I had anger issues. I'd explain at first. Let me also bring up how he willingly joined the server the girl was in despite admitting to not being able to handle it. But if everyone ever goes in public and says I'm a pedo, and the server he joined was very vocal about how barbaric it was, essentially the server would mock you if you made an ass of yourself. I'm gonna grab a baguette and shove it up their ass. Oh my fucking god. This guy is so fucking retarded. Quote, "So he basically threw a tantrum because he broke the rules. For some reason I got called a groomer for saying eat my ass as a joke, okay? The other problem I have is how one of his supporters had gone to me trying to plead his case, and I only agreed to leave things be if the bastard kept my name out of his mouth. I then found out the other day that he had run his mouth about me on Twitter despite his supporter telling me they talked to him. If you make a video on someone and they say something back, you shouldn't be mad. It's like saying..." And then he had the fucking audacity to try and use two situations that I knew I had trouble dealing with in order to win an argument with me. And to top it off, oh, he seems like kind of an asshole. He became friends with someone he knew hated my guts, someone who literally tried to gaslight me on a call to get under my skin, and this is him admitting to yelling at the kid. Well, to be fair, if anyone was making videos on me, I'd do the exact same thing, but I'm pretty sure I'm fine. There's really nothing can say about me. Why do you think I'm making this video? The problem with that argument, however, is that all I did was publicize his actions which were objectively deplorable. So, you're telling me? And he chose to whine about it and try to argue with my friend who is my age, all because they mocked him. Essentially, he's a massive douchebag. The thing was originally private, and you had no part, so he decided to attack him. Not massive, he just seems like a douchebag, but Jesus, you are dense. The whole thing was publicized on a stream. That's how I found out about it. Oh, meaning it was already public by the time I talked about it. You didn't have to call me dense. And what I did wasn't an attack because that's not how I roll. What I did was publicize the actions of someone who has shown himself to be deranged. Okay, also don't use the word dense, use the word retard. I'm lucky I've said so much controversial shit. Do you think that's ever gonna bite me in the ass? No, because you're basically among the sea of small YouTubers. At the very least, if I say something controversial, I have something to lose. Not really. You're also a small YouTuber. I hope someone makes videos on me though. It'd just be more content for me. But you wouldn't lose anything, mainly because you have 14 or 413 subscribers that probably won't unsubscribe unless they're soft as hell. I can say whatever I want. Really, my subscribers have balls of steel. Alright, so you all may be wondering, what the hell's the big deal, Quartza? So Dreadful acts retarded from time to time. You know, what's the problem here? Oh, maybe the fact that he messages me all the damn time and continues to do so even if I don't message back. And yeah, no, this is the regular shit I deal with him. Okay? In fact, if you ask him to show DMs between us, he'd basically be showing you all the times that he'd be, like, messaging me left and right all the damn time, whether I'm at school or I'm sleeping or I'm doing whatever. It's gotten to the point where I have him on mute, and I'll get to that later. Now, do you want to know why I don't respond to him anymore? Not only because I have him on mute, but because he said he caught feelings for me. He made a pass at me. And I felt uncomfortable and felt like he was overstepping boundaries. So I chose to keep him at arm's length. But I guess he didn't get the hint though. Because a couple days ago, not even a couple of days ago, like a month ago, he had told me that he was going to kill himself. Even after I tried to talk him out of it, he went offline. And guess what ended up happening? Around an hour later, he comes back online. You wanna know where I find him? In a fucking Discord voice call. In his server. Not even an hour after he goes dark. If we're to go with the most likely answer, he faked it to get my attention, and after he had it, he popped into a VC. Not only that, he had messaged me, being like, oh, hey, I'm fine now. Like, dude, what the hell is wrong with you? And you wanna know how I found out that he was in a VC? Because he pinged his server 20 times a fucking day before I left. And then a few days ago, well, not even a few days ago, a week ago, February the 1st, he hits me up again, trying to make baseless critiques on my content, and continue to defend Tater. Quote, are you mad at me? Kinda seems like it. You didn't respond after I said that you don't really have anything to lose. Also, the Tatermeister doesn't seem all that bad. I'm on his channel and don't see anything wrong with it. Also, I'm gonna recommend some stuff. Your videos are stale as fuck, it's all serious. When I cover serious stuff, I'll add comedy to prevent it from being more stale than my... Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that. Also, I don't think people like Tater with that retarded ass drama. Also, I think Tater has some sort of disability, to be honest. Okay, if I'm stuttering a fair bit through this, I'm sorry. But this kind of stupid is contagious. I'm becoming illiterate at this point because of him. Let's get back into it. Quote, I don't really give a fuck if Tater has a disability. Isn't an excuse for him to act like a douche. And my content isn't stale or serious. I at the very least try to inject some sort of humor into my videos. And excuse me for being too serious for your tastes. I hate it when people are too serious. That's why I used to think you're an emo. Well, why the fuck do you even watch my shit if you hate it when people are too serious? I don't fucking know. I get bored sometimes, so that leads up to content. Mainly the reason why I stated making content like you and others. I love making fun of people. You should definitely be less serious though, because you remind me of an emo trying to fit in. Why'd you jump onto it in the first place? I don't see Tater as a bad person, really, basically anyone could redeem themselves. Firstly, no, I'm not. Okay? And it can't be an excuse. It can be reasoning, but not an excuse for what he has done. And finally, I explained in the video why I publicized it to begin with. Okay? Well, he doesn't seem like a bad person. I do know stuff. Okay? Even when the evidence is right in front of you, the evidence that I showed off. Okay? I don't really know why you had to make 3 videos on him. I don't really blame him for hating you, TBH. Then you can go fuck yourself. Yeah, it's bad to harass a child, but if it doesn't really involve you and you publicized it. And that's where it cuts off in terms of that conversation, because I decided that I had had enough of this shit, and I just went on with my day. And here's the thing. I had to take a break from reading this shit because it's kind of stupid, as I mentioned before, is contagious as hell. And by the way, I was in a Senate call a few days ago. Serafina hit me up and explained to me what happened with Tater, essentially confirming what I had said in my video. And then he tries to make the argument that it doesn't involve me, yet last I checked, it doesn't involve Jax either. So he has no right to speak on it by his own logic. So he basically made a response to my Major Klug video, trying to say that he ratioed me, which, yeah, you can tell he isn't very good at math now, is he? And that was originally where I was going to end this video. Until I found out some stuff. And that's where this whole thing gets even more depraved. So, I guess a day or two ago, I take a shower. I get out of the shower, and I go to my room to go back to playing Life is Strange. And guess what I noticed at my server? While I was busy, 4 people had joined. One was Dreadful, another was someone named Hot Dog Man, another was named Cypher, not that Cypher, and a 4th one was named David. And what ends up going down? Hot Dog Man basically organizes a small raid, consisting of him saying the N-word. I shit you not. Hot Dog Man literally just says it a total of 101 times. I counted it. And this was followed by about 14 swastikas. Again, I counted this shit. You can argue that Dreadful wasn't behind this. But I want you to look at not only how the 4 of them joined all at once, but Dreadful also admitted to knowing Hot Dog Man, and also the fact that, to my knowledge, Hot Dog Man was not reprimanded for this. So, I dare you to try and argue that he isn't behind this shit. Now, I decided to eventually block Jax because I had gotten tired of his bullshit in my DMs. And not only that, I had him on mute prior to this. He is this obsessive to the point where if anyone disagrees with him or triggers him in any way, he will spam their DMs, raid people's discords, and act like a douchebag in general. And he is shown to have serious issues at this point. Like, what the fuck else is he gonna do if he's not gonna feel bad for any of this? And by the way, here's more lovely DMs of him being a salty little bitch. I'm not gonna read them off because, again, I would end up having to take a break. So yeah, you can tell how fucking autistic he is if he's spamming people's inboxes. And if you're wondering where he got the statement of dead memes from, it's because I set my status to the Uganda Knuckles phrase a couple of days ago, simply because Lyle Convoy has like a whole joke with the "do you know the way" phrase. And I had recently been in a call of Senate, as I mentioned earlier. So, yeah, that's why. And, of course, I'm not throwing Lyle under the bus. I'm just stating the objective fact that Jax lacks the proper context. Meanwhile, his sense of humor is putting the word retard in the title of a low-effort cutaway gag series. For Christ's sake, Amy Schumer is funnier than you. You know your comedy is bad if I say that Amy Schumer is better than you. And to top this shit show off, here's him sending literal porn drawings and acting sexual in the DMs of a known minor, aka myself, because of course he doesn't remember that the last time someone pulled this shit, I outed them as a fucking groomer. And then you have him sending cropped zoophilia porn because, yes, Perry the Platypus is a fucking feral, you idiot. Before you say that it can't get any worse from here, I'm about to disappoint you. Prepare yourself. And now. Yesterday, I went to go see No Way Home with my sister. It went pretty well. When I got back, however, I had been informed of something that went down while I was out. Without my knowledge, Frog, Russ, Tube, and Spring, for people from my server, made a group chat to debate Jax. Let me stress that I had no idea about this until I got back. Because, by the way, Jax tried to argue that I put them up to this. Now, what ensued was a fucking disaster. From my friends' testimonies, Jax and his friends had tried to claim that Hot Dog Man was the only one responsible for the raid. You can try and feign innocence all you want, but not only did you not hold him accountable, you didn't reprimand him for organizing a small raid on another person's server. Along with this, Hot Dog Man had played literal porn in this group call filled with minors, and was again not reprimanded for this. Here's a screenshot basically showing that, yes, they were streaming this in the call. In between all this chaos was Jax deflecting, calling me a fucking sex offender without evidence, and then trying to claim that I mistreated him by having him harass Pirate Canvas. The irony is that I had only told him about Pirate Canvas, and Jax harassing him was of his own accord. That is what really happened. Now I can assume that Jax is attempting to, well, backpedal, or, try and make a stupid-ass joke, or try and defame me some more. And you know what? I don't give a shit, because I can always get someone else to deal with him. With that out of the way, I need to take a break, because this amount of stupid has contaminated my brain. I'm not taking a break from YouTube. I just need a break for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, whatever the hell. With that out of the way, this has been Quartza, signing out. Have a good one.